politics. You've had a bit of political involvement. Do you want to just list it off quickly, and I'll ask you a couple of rapid fire questions?
Yeah, sure. So I've always been interested in politics as a young person with civic engagement attached to his left knee is. I became passionate about politics through the watchings of three people in particular. Julie Bishop, the foreign minister at the time during the MH370 and 17 crashes. To me, she was what it looked like to be a leader of Australia globally.
That was the crash in Ukraine and in the Indian Ocean.
In the ocean.
Yeah.
Hopefully to be found one day.
Yeah.
So those two separate incidences, and how Julie Bishop, at the time she was president of the United Nations Security Council, and she took this motion to the council against Russia, who's a permanent member, and even they were, in favour of it and recognition. Like Julie Bishop's ability to shirt front world leaders and represent Australian interests abroad, she was the best. I think she's one of, if not the best foreign minister we've ever had in this country. That's my personal take. Second of all, my local member, Michael McCormack. Mm-hmm. So he's
a national.
He's a nat. He's was deputy and acting prime minister at one period of time. He was acting prime minister during Scott Morrison's infamous trip to Hawaii.
So vacation.
Little family vacation, you could call it. He's been very community minded, and so growing up in Wagga, being able to see, people like him in the community. I'd see him at events all the time because it's a small community, and from there, it kind of made me wonder. For me in politics, where do I sit? Personally, I sit near the centre, but just to the right, quite moderate within the centre right. Socially, I would view myself as more progressive, but economically, we need to focus on kind of a bit more conservative leaning things.
So sort of like a small L Liberal.
Exactly, a small L Liberal. And so through youth parliament, through things that we've talked about before, I was able to meet a lot of different MPs and build those relationships, those networks, if you will. And that led me to landing an internship with a Liberal backbencher, Zoe McKenzie, who I still ad hoc help on the side. And she taught me a lot about what it is to be a Liberal and what it is to view the world through this particular lens. And so for the last, from June of last year until December of last year, basically I was doing a week or so a month of work for her, and then I went in and assisted her with budget night this year. And she's a terrific example of what compassionate leadership looks like, but fair leadership, and she's the future of the Liberal Party. So I'm sure we'll get to it, but we had a howler this year in the federal election.
I think that's an understatement.
Yeah. And I think Susan really did it quite well in her speech yesterday to National Press Club in saying that we got smashed, and not just small smashed, but we got obliterated. And for me, politics is about the battle of ideas, and for me, as different with potentially other members of the party I support, I am happy to break lines for the views I believe in and see what's right for the best of Australian interests, and it may adjust accordingly, but for me and with politics, it's the battle of ideas, and it's making sure that the best foot is forward for Australia.